Hello guys, it is Kate of Theories here, and ITV have just announced the highly anticipated Love Island All-Stars. Today, let's go through everything we know and any predictions I have. But before we go any further, please make sure that you click that red subscribe button down below and have your notifications turned on. This series is set to premiere at the start of 2024 to celebrate Love Island's 10th anniversary year, and after 10 seasons of the show, it very much seems fitting. Popularity on the show has seen a decline over the past few years, with season 10 having 1 million less viewers on its opening episode than the previous year, and I think everyone can agree it really hasn't been as big of a deal since the years of 2017 to 2019. With that being said, this is ITV's approach of trying to reclaim back some old fans, as this whole series will only star ex-Islanders trying to find love again. It will be hosted by Maya Jama and of course commentated by the one and only Ian Sterling, and since it is an all-stars, I wouldn't be surprised if Laura Whitmore returns at times, maybe for something like Casa Amor as a co-presenter. The villa will be in South Africa, and this show is replacing the two-time failing winter seasons in South Africa, which viewers didn't seem to connect too much in 2020 and certainly not in 2023. I mean, season 9 is arguably the most forgettable season ever. I can't remember any of it. But the big question is which Islanders will be returning, as many Islanders since leaving the show either have remained in love, found other love, or are single but really don't want anything to do with Love Island anymore, so would not return whatsoever. And so you might be thinking, if a fan favourite Islander is coupled off, then we just won't see them. Well, that might not be true, as there are rumours of cameo appearances of the fan favourites who are in a relationship at the moment, so all the fans are still happy. Islanders such as Olivia Attwood. Now, we could guess out of the over 200 Islanders which ones will be in the show, but I think it's actually easier just to predict who will be the starting lineup. As we all know, the OGs of every season are the ones who viewers follow the story with and usually connect with the most, as if they make it to the final, we get a full journey from start to finish. And it's definitely not a mistake that there have been 10 seasons and there are 10 spots open for the first lineup of All-Star Islanders. I definitely think they will start with one person from each season, 5 girls and 5 boys. So let's have a prediction. From season 1, I think Max Morley will start. He was the first ever winner of the show. He's been on other reality shows such as X on the Beach. It just makes sense. He started Love Island, so he can be here for this big moment. For season 2, I reckon the Islander who will represent this season at the very start will be Katie McDermott. Fan favourite from season 2, although she did just return in season 10, so out of everyone in this list, I feel like she is the most unlikely to be at the start, and I think she annoyed more people in season 10 than anything else. But if it is All-Stars, she's definitely going to appear at some point because she just loves Love Island, and you could definitely see her just coming back. For season 3, it's definitely got to be Chris Hughes. This one was just obvious. Chris and Kem, iconic from series 3, so would make a great starter. For series 4, I've said the person who should represent this series at the starting lineup should be Adam Collard. Now, what to say about this man? When you think of Love Island, you think of Adam Collard. He was the first person to ever return to Love Island UK and did so in Series 8, and yet I think he would definitely do it for a third time, this time as a start-up there straight from the beginning. It just makes sense. Adam Collard, you can imagine him just wanting to return to Love Island and just messing everything up yet again. For Series 5, I reckon Michael Griffiths. The problem with this series is there is just so many iconic people, where I think the majority of single Islanders from this series will just return anyway at some point. But to start with, Michael is a safe bet. He was an original in Series 5 and is very close with lots of the lads from that series, and so it just makes a perfect sense. Plus, he was also the Islander who was coupled up with Amber for most of the time, and of course Amber ended up on winning. For Series 6, I reckon Paige Turley. Now, I'm still in disbelief her and Finn have recently split up, but having ex-winners in the startup is a way to make this an all-star cast. And even though personally I loved Series 6 and thought there were some great contestants and great moments, I think the majority of fans will recognise Paige rather than necessarily someone else from that series, since it's not very highly regarded. For Series 7, Chloe Burrows, I mean, it's Chloe, isn't it? Like, she just made that series. For Series 8, it's got to be Ekin-Su. Series 8 would be absolutely dead if it didn't have Ekin-Su in it, and she really is like the Molly May of that series, going out and being a celebrity after Love Island. Now, whether that means she would want to return now that she is probably more well-known for other things is another matter, but out of Series 8 contestants, I can't think of anyone who is more iconic. For Series 9, I reckon Lana Jenkins. Series 9 was pretty rubbish, I think we can all agree. It's definitely like the worst series of the show so far. The contestants also weren't great, and to be honest, I can't remember half of them, so Lana seems like a safe bet. And for Series 10, I'm gonna say Scott van der Sluis. This man took over summer. There is nothing scarier on Twitter than Scott's fans. He was so favorited that less than a week after being out of the villa, he'd already signed up to do American Love Island. Returning as a startup for the All-Star series, I think Scott fans would actually lose it, and it just makes so much sense. And if he's already been on Love Island twice in 2023, what's to say he can't go on a third time in the same year? I mean, just thinking of that cast is already making me so excited. And finally, let's discuss some other potential islanders who we could see, or ones who we want to see but might not. Let's address the elephant in the room to start with. Maura Higgins. Arguably the most favourite contestant ever, and even though she returned to help host US Love Island this year, unfortunately, or well, fortunately for her, she is currently in a relationship at the moment with Hollywood actor Bobby Holland Hanton. Now, even if they break up, she has stated that she wouldn't want to return to the villa and feels like that she's done it once so doesn't want to do it again, but never say never. I know if Maura did return to Love Island UK, every single fan would return and watch the show, but if she doesn't want to do it, then they can't really force her. And here's a list of other islanders that I reckon the show will definitely try to get to return, or at least cameo if they're already in a happy relationship. Megan Barton Hansen, Georgia Steele, Hannah Elizabeth, Kem Kettany, Theo Campbell, Jack Fowler, Ovi Soko, Shanice Fudge, Luke Mabber and Lucy Donlan, Faye Winter, Danny Dyer, Scott Thomas, Olivia and Alex Bowen, Gemma Owen, India Pollack, Molly Marsh, Whitney Adebayo, Amber Gill, Chris Taylor, and a whole host of other iconic islanders from across the past 10 years. And finally, Molly May and Tommy. That one, I really don't think they'll be able to do, but if they did, it would break the internet. But anyway, guys, that's the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, make sure that you smash the like button down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Guys, let me know down below in the comments, are you excited for Love Island All-Stars that is set to premiere in early 2024? Tell me all of the islanders that you'd love to see return, and which ones you reckon would have the most chemistry, which ones you reckon would cause the most drama. It's really getting me excited, and I haven't felt this excited for Love Island in a long time. Let me know all your thoughts down there, and as always, we've been here on Gate of Theories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. She asked for some